Hey everybody, this is take one of going off-grid. So welcome to another tutorial, and I'm just going to be demonstrating the starting off a off-grid setup. There's a few minor wrinkles that we've got to clear out here and there with a few upgrades, but that'll take time. And also the final destination of this container, because this is not the final destination. Excuse me for the dog barking in the background. It's just the neighbour's German Shepherd that has a habit of always barking, so hopefully it's not too distracting of what we're trying to do. So let's get into it anyway. So on the right here I'm going to use this cupboard for my pots, my plates and cups and all that, and probably a little bit of food on the top. So we just got like a little cupboard that was used as a wardrobe. So on the top I'll put like a bit of food, in the middle maybe cups and all that, and then at the bottom plates, something like that. My entertainment, that's just a game where I play everything. It's got a battery share machine I made out of a PC. It's got two wireless controllers. I did a tutorial on it before. This is what runs off the solar, because I've got a solar and generator and batteries, and this also, the slow cooker runs off the solar too, and it's the only thing regarding cooking that runs off the solar, because all this overloads the current inverter I've got, which is a 1000-watt inverter that's hooked up to a big 270-hour deep cycle battery under there, and that's what the solar is hooked up to, with a charge controller with two USBs, and it's also got a lighter socket, and I'll demonstrate soon. But we've also got a barbecue in here, and people are always like, "Ooh, it's a bit risky having a barbecue inside a container. You know, why would you do that?" Mainly, I use it for side burner, because that's the only side burner I got to boil water. The only time I really fire up the generator is if I want to boil from a kettle, and I can't be bothered using this to boil from, and then having to angle it to tip it into your cup. Sometimes I just want to fire this up, so I just fire the generator up, which it's still warm, because I fired it up this morning for coffee. This all runs off generator. Those all run from generator. Still got things to be unpacked. This is just the bare essentials. This runs off generator or inverter, this fan, but pretty much anything that runs off the inverter too, that probably runs off the generator. So this is just the fan, which is good. It runs on the solar, because some is just, you know, it'll get the power in, and then I can use that power to cool myself down on a hot day. So yeah, so if we turn around, we've got a modified Bluetooth speaker, two speakers, and these the speaker on the table that gets charged up the actual unit itself. Bit of a modified one. I've done a tutorial on it in the past, same thing. So this is the back of the solar panel, because the solar panel stays on this window, which I'm going to leave like that for now, because this is an indoor setup. It says prefer not to be outdoors full time. So if we look in here, we've got a charge controller, so the dual USBs, those are my lights. It's my outside light and my inside light. You've got a lighter socket with we've got the DC. We can put a DC load. I've just got a lighter socket in there. That just charges my phone. So my phone and lights always stay charged. I've also got another USB I can use. This is what charges my sounds, all the speakers, and everything runs off this big deep cycle battery. It's a 270-hour Century 21. That's about half of it unexposed. So it's a deep cycle battery, and it's quite tall. And I'm trying not to discharge, well, to use as much power, because I want this to stay at least full in case of an actual emergency, because even though this is off-grid, the actual main house could go down, and then some stuff I would need a power with my setup just to keep going, like my internet and all that. So I try my best just to run lights and my 12-volt pump for my shower, and also my charging my phone. So with the lights, we've just got a LED setup that runs off a remote, so I can turn them on. They're a bit dim, but I can, with the remote, I can go up or down, change colours, make it flash different colours, or blur into different colors and all that, just different modes that you can turn it up and down. So I've got one LED there and one LED that faces that way, and that lights up this area at night time. I probably have to move the speaker because the speaker blocks a lot of it and just reflects off the speaker. Maybe I'll probably put the speaker on there or somewhere else, but for now it's right there. So yeah, so those are my lights. So they're dim at the moment. I can brighten them. I'll just turn them off just because we're trying to charge at the moment. And my outside light is a diffuser. So I don't use it as a diffuser, and I've taken the top off the diffuser, but it's got the button on the top of the light. So that light is on, but it'll be harder to see a little bit because it's daylight. But that diffuser's light is on, and it's pretty bright here at night time. So I'll just turn that off because no use having that on during the daytime. So my shower that I was telling you about with the 12-volt pump, I'll just show you the setup. See, I've got the gas bottle, I've got a Califont and also a 12-volt pump where I've shown you the lighter socket. I need a little bit of a better setup, and here's the shower bay made out of 2,000 litre containers, which these are a perfect example of a 1,000 litre container sitting on top of another one. Those are actual containers, and then a 3,000 litre container in front of it. So at the moment I've got the shower hooked up to the 1,000 litre. I can hook it up to the 3,000 as well, but we'll just drain from the 1,000 and use this as backup water supply, because all I use it really for is just showering and drinking for now. But once I get fully off grid, it'll be dishes, washing, all that sort of things, which I hardly do any washing anyway because I wait before I bring it. And if I do need big power, big 6.3 kilowatt power, I've got a generator shed, little generator shed I constructed, and it's got a 6.3 kilowatt open generator. So this is not an inverted one, so you just got to be careful what appliances you run on this, because it can sometimes it'll fry some appliances, but others can handle it. Fridge, freezers, cookers and all that will handle this fine, but if you're going to run something like grinders and all that, be careful. So this is just for basic things, because later on I plan to get a twin tub washing machine, and I'll run the twin tub washing machine off this when I am doing washing. So yeah, there's really nothing behind the container, but this is where the generator cords get fed above the bed. That's just a little, this is the t-shirt covering that hole because that vent is open. So I just put a shirt there just to keep the wind in that blowing in through there. So yeah, so that's the generator. I did have my solar setup outside before, but I wanted to take advantage of the DC USB on the inverter, so I decided to bring it back in, because even though the inverter switched off, the DC USB still works, which is good, because what I've discovered is when you're thinking of a setup like this, it's better for a lot of your stuff to be DC. It's alright to be AC if you've got the big enough setup, definitely, but for this setup, just to make it last, because you've also got to consider this might be a sunny day today, but it could be a cloudy or rainy for the next couple of days, which it has been. But for what I run off this setup, because I only fire up the game and I don't really cook in here, because that's for inside for now until I get that all sorted. The only reason why I go inside is for excuse me, washing and cooking and doing food, refrigeration of food. But once I sort that out and get DC fridges rather than this AC fridge, this works off the generator, but yeah, I wouldn't mind a DC fridge that I can keep in here, just so I can keep things chilled or frozen even. So yeah, but this is just take one of my off-grid setup. I just thought I'd give people a a geese on it. So yeah, hopefully it gives you ideas. By the time take two comes, hopefully we're insulated and lined, and we've got a L-shaped lean-to, or at least the front lean-to on first, and then we'll work on if we can get the lean-to that goes off these double doors, and then in that way I can keep these open sometimes full time and just have an enclosed lean-to, which I plan. But take one. But yeah, until next time, have a good day everybody, and hopefully everyone has a good day, and choo choo.